Halloween Haunt here, and welcome back to another Halloween video. In this Halloween video, we're going to be unboxing the Spirit Halloween 2021 Wacky Mole Clown. Before I start the video, I do want to say I do own the old Wacky Mole Clown Animatronic. I went to Spirit Halloween on August 19th. They were open for me, and I was actually expecting to see like a Mr. Howl in the box or a Buzzsaw, but they had a Buzz on display. No one in the box of him, and I wanted Mr. Howl. They didn't have him in there yet. They're supposed to have shipments in tomorrow, which is going to be August 20th when recording. I am not sure when this video is going to be up because I still have the Inferno Scarecrow, and that guy has been sitting in the back of my channel since August 3rd, and I have not uploaded him completely yet, so hopefully Wacky Mole goes up soon, but basically you're probably going to watch this after the comparison comes out, because the comparison I'm going to do first because that's the most requested thing I've seen. But basically, here's a new Wacky Mole box. You know, it's just a new kind of style boxes. There's a side photo right there. And then the back, or right here actually, the front, I should say, or the top of it, says Wacky Mole Clown. The side of it just has kind of more side angles, which is cool. See those. And then finally the back of it is the kind of story, I guess you could say. Has like a kind of story right there, and it says price tag. So now let's actually go ahead and open this guy up. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be easy. I have the original one, so I already kind of know how similar it might be with that. It's pretty easy, so I'm not really expecting anything too hard out of it. But I will open it and show its parts because I'm very excited to see this. You know, I have the old one right here, so I'm actually excited to see both next to each other. So here's this box. We got the instructions, Wacky Mole Clown. We got a leg pole, which is like a noodle. Then we got another right here, kind of for his legs. We got an adapter right here. We got his new clown suit. They're actually like not like a shiny green, or like more of like a dull color, which is actually not bad looking. I mean, I actually kind of like these a lot better in person, but it's overused, so it's not amazing. We got his, you know, his clothes right here. We also have his hammer, which, wow, it definitely is different. Wow, because the paint on the original goes a lot longer. Wow, this is definitely different. We have a hand right here, which actually is a lighter color. I'm actually seeing a lot of differences here. And we got another arm in here. We have another arm right here. I don't think there's anything else in this. Oh, there's still more stuff, but in those sections, let's see. We got his head right here, which, wow, I mean, this is a latex molded head. Got plastic underneath it, or a molded plastic head. But it's kind of latex shit over it, and it actually does look pretty good, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not a fan of latex, but looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Nose is a little crushed, but we can fix that, no problem. It's not deformed, which is great because, you know, deformity used to be a problem with these props. So we got a hip loop, shoulder piece, bracket thing, probably bracket. And then we got another shoulder bracket. It's a lot smaller actually than the Murphers. And we got his module right here, new speaker, a sensor on him. So yeah, there's that big part right there. And finally we have his parts. So let's take an overview of all the parts now. So let's actually look at that now. Alright, so here's all the parts from Wacky Mole. I'm sorry, it's kind of like messy a little bit, but we got some sort of loop, shoulder loop right here. We have his mechanism and control box. We got his two arms, his adapter, his two shoes, his hands and gloves right here with his mallet. We have his shirt and pants in here. We have his instructions. We got the two pool noodles for his legs to kind of fill up that padding. We have his base. We got a couple poles right here, a few poles. We got a shoulder bracket, and we have his head. So that's really everything to get with Wacky Mole so far. And now let's actually start the setup of this prop. I apologize if the setup seems a little bit too repetitive. But basically, the Wacky Mole Clown setup is really easy. I mean, if you run the original, you kind of see or kind of know how this prop really is in advance, how it sets up. It was pretty easy for the most part. I did forget to put the foam pads on first. I kind of put the clothes on first, but I fixed that pretty easily. And for the most part, pretty simple. I didn't even have to use any instructions. It's so simple and such simplistic steps. It's very easy. It's very cool to see how much his parts and mechanics have changed over the years, which I do kind of look over in the comparison. But overall, pretty nice setup, and I think nobody will have a problem with this guy. So overall, let's just now finally look at a demo of the Wacky Mo Clown Animatronic.
God, Halloween costumes make me crazy! They make me wanna pummel things with my hammer, yes. I think I'm going crazy again!
Alright, so here's Wacky Mo after that demo, and as you can see here, he's actually a really cool prop. So he is right next to the original, which I have a comparison on the channel of the two. But basically, here's the new one. I gotta say, he's really awesome. I think he's really cool and just a very impressive flashback. Because last year we had Uncle Charlie return after 10 years. Kind of mixed opinions. A lot of people really just didn't either like it or liked it a lot. So it was kind of mixed opinions on him. Personally, I like the new Uncle Charlie, but I do think here I like how Wacky Mo staves relatively similar to the character. I mean, of course, there's a lot of differences, but it kind of remains the same kind of overall style that he is as the original prop. So, yeah, so starting off at the bottom with detail, he's got the new SVI clown shoes, which have been used since Creepy Towering Clown, but this time they're actually done in green, which I believe we've never seen before done with these shoes. So I actually don't mind them reusing it here because we've never seen these shoes in green, so I do not mind these shoes in green, and I don't mind them reusing it here. I hope a lot of clowns in the future don't reuse these ones in green, but I feel like they could definitely change. But they look really nice. They're not very shiny like some of the other clown shoes. I think the only other clown shoes that aren't shiny are Wally's, but they're very rough and they're very just smooth and not really shiny texture details. I think that's probably because the UV light definitely reflects more on it, but I don't mind it at all. I think it looks very nice still regardless. His pants are very cool. I like his pants, of course. It looks like the overall clothing is really nice. It's just like the original Wacky Mo. Very much like the old one. Very good quality too. Very neatly done. The mallet is very nice too. Very reminiscent of the original. Unfortunately, it looks like the blood streaks are less on this newer one than the old one, but it's not really a big problem there. His colors are really cool too. They're not like this new color. I do kind of have a complaint with them, but I'll get into that later. There's his overall face too. I like the swirls on his eyes. They're actually a lot more neat. They're not very sloppy or messy. They're very straightforward. It looks really cool. His teeth are very awesome, of course. The entire head is actually latex, unfortunately, because I don't like latex, because latex in a few years will dry rot and it will fade away and tear and it won't look the same anymore. But I will admit, even with the latex face, he still looks really awesome. He's got a plastic mold under his head, so it's like just basically how the 2021 SVI props are for the most part, or have a molded head underneath it. His mechanism, very good quality. I don't see Wacky Mo breaking anytime soon. I feel like SVI is typically one of the better quality companies. I mean, they do make a couple crappy props, you know, for the most part, they're pretty good quality, and I don't really see this guy breaking anytime soon. His base is very large too, very good for like sticking it into the ground or putting him outside. I love his little black creases and detail. It's kind of like the original again, you know, this is just the newer one, but it just still looks very nice. His hair is actually really smooth and not very puffy like the original, but overall his details is great. And I do have an overview kind of talking more about the differences on these guys, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. But yeah, for the most part, this guy is very well done, and I'm excited using this here for my haunted house. I just think he'll look really nice outside with that black light, which is the next part of this video. We're going to be talking about the blacklight section, because I do have kind of one complaint with this, when this is what I'm getting into. So there's the two with the UV light. I've already done a comparison on that, so don't look at that one, but look at this one. Unfortunately, this Wacky mold doesn't have as many UV features as the original. There is still kind of a few features. His shoes, even like this side of the pants and shirt, have that kind of UV section. This doesn't have it. His buttons are UV also. His face has also got a bit of UV. His eyes glow like the original. His eyebrows glow too, and so does his mouth. The mouth doesn't glow, neither does the ruffles, which is very unfortunate. In my comparison video, I really do talk about this more. If you want to watch that, go ahead and watch that. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate this guy really downgraded in that UV section, because I think it's gonna look really awesome with more UV lights on him. But I mean, it's okay. He still looks pretty cool with it on regardless. He still looks very nice. And personally, for $220, I still in my original review like a couple weeks ago that I thought it was a great price. But I mean, the newer one could be $200 or $180, and the older one could be like $170. I mean, he is kind of overpriced a little bit, because even though he's like Limeriper had a lot more detail, a lot more like big parts in him that made him really stand out. But Wacky doesn't really have that much on him, but I think he's still really nice. I mean, yeah, maybe a bit overpriced. You know, maybe this year he could have been $200. I got him for about $170 around there. I got him with the 25% off coupon. I thought that was really worth it, but I can see why some people really wouldn't want to pay that much for him. He's just has one motion and not as many UV features on him, but I still think he looks really cool. I mean, his head shouldn't be latex, it should be plastic. I hate that it's latex, because you know it's gonna dry rot possibly in a few years. But I do think for the most part he does still look great, and I'm excited to use him. I'm so glad I got him. Not the most exciting pop for me because I had him in the original, but I am still very happy with him. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my Wacky Mole overview. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to Halloween Hunter Day for more Halloween videos, because I have so much more content coming this way. More unboxings, more demos, more store tours, so much more videos. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed.